scrutinized.
15, 20 of your fans outside in the hall right now getting ready to meet you.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I didn't know that. Wow.
When someone has started off in the industry at like 12 years old, even at the age of 15 or 16, they are really mature.
Come with me, stay the night, say the words, but boy, it don't feel right.
I get really uncomfortable when people come up to me. I don't know what to do. I'm like, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, I don't know whether to hug them or shake their hand or just wave. At the end of the day, I'm a teenage girl and I'm still awkward and I really don't know what to do all the time, so I don't know.
Maturity and fame don't always go hand in hand. For JoJo, the awkward teenager, the challenge will be surviving as she's thrust into the heart of the star-making machine.
Hi, I'm JoJo. Welcome to the press tour for my second album called The High Road.
We got JoJo in the house.
JoJo's here. What's up?
JoJo is Joanna Levesque. By the age of 15, she was already preparing to release her second CD. Singing is a vocation and a passion that emerged at the age of 4 when JoJo first began performing in public.
For a while I wanted to be a veterinarian, but that was only if I could be a singer. That was like, oh, I'll fall back on veterinary school if I can't be a singer, but singing was always #1 on my list.
For you to have such interesting tastes in music, is that something that you acquired from your mother, your father? Because your mom is sitting here watching you.
Yeah.
So, like, do you find that you had a lot of parental influences like that when it comes to your music choices? And
It started out that way. I mean, for everyone, I'm sure all you guys, you grew up listening to what your parents liked, and then from there you branched off as you started to become more opinionated, and you figure out what you like.
When I was younger, I listened to a lot of soulful music. That was music that my mom kind of turned me on to, things like Stevie Wonder and George Benson and Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey.
I got the idea she had musical talent when she would hear a song once on the radio or on a CD and duplicate it perfectly at an incredibly young age. People they'd do a double take and they would think, it was the radio at first, and then they'd look at this little kid, and they were just amazed.
Why is it so easy for you to turn and walk away? After all that we've been through, how did it end this way?
I was 6 when I did my first TV show, and then I did some other ones in between then, and then we went to LA for 7 months, and like my 2nd or 3rd month in LA, we met the right people, and I was signing a record contract.
I just couldn't believe what I was hearing from this little 12-year-old girl. It's mind-boggling. I've worked with Toni Braxton, Whitney Houston, Destiny's Child, the list goes on, and this girl is like 12 years old, and at the level of these guys, it's like unbelievable.
I remember my mom and I skipping down the street from just signing the papers, and it just felt like such a dream come true, and like something that I really didn't know if it was attainable. And I didn't understand the work that was going to come with it, but I knew that I was ready for whatever it entailed, because there was just no turning back. There was no going back to Massachusetts and living in a 1-bedroom apartment. That just wasn't something that that I wanted to go back to.
I've been waiting all day for you, babe. So won't you come and sit and talk to me? You tell me how we're gonna be together always.
Recording the first record was exciting, scary. I was in the studio with Soul Shock and Carlin. They're from Europe, and they're excellent producers. They worked with a lot of great people, and I had recorded the song that didn't end up even making the album. And then they played me this other song, and I hated it. I thought it was garbage. I thought, why are you playing this for me? And it was Leave. The fact that it went #1 in America blew my mind. I had no idea that people would respond to it like that. And me, myself, I was just like, I don't get it.
She was the youngest solo artist ever to have a #1 on the Billboard pop charts, ever. She was 13, and I think Britney Spears was 16.
It was like nothing I could have expected. I couldn't go to the mall anymore. I couldn't walk in my hometown. I couldn't go anywhere without people being like, JoJo, JoJo, JoJo.
For me, it's bizarre, because to me, she's not JoJo. She's my daughter. It's weird.
When on the road for a promotional tour, JoJo's every move was dictated by the star-making machine. In a busy schedule of interviews and photo shoots, she found herself racing from one event to the next.
I'm digging it. I love it. It's really cute. I love the shoes. On the press tour, a big part of it is doing photo shoots and having to get dressed up and do hair and makeup and things like that. And it is fun for the first hour because then it becomes like, you know, it might get a little stressful if you don't like the outfit and you know you're pressed for time and you got to get these shots in, but I love my stylist I work with and I love my team and they make it fun. And the photographer that I work with, Tony Kudajar, I've worked with a lot and he makes it fun. As long as, you know, tunes are cranking and there's a good environment, and as long as I'm not hungry, I'm fine, because I can get cranky when I'm hungry.
Not even mealtimes offer a break from the grueling schedule. After this meeting, dinner was with executives from JoJo's label, Blackground Records.
So before we get started, I wanted to give you guys an update on where we were with the record. The video was #1 on AOL last week, beating out Fergie and Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson and Beyonce. So that was an incredible result.
We had a question about, we know that Lorian's been working with 3 dancers. I know Joanna...
I mean, after coming in and working with the band and seeing how fantastic it's going to be, I feel that and I know that you said that some places and shows don't have the capability to have a band. But at the end of the day, I'm not a dancer. So why do I need to rehearse with dancers?
Well, I think the dancers comes in from an energy point of the show.
There's no energy lacking in the band show.
I think visual.
No relationship is perfect. We have disagreements. We're gonna have, you know, little fights and stuff, but nothing major.
Now that I'm seeing how solid the band is going to be and seeing that there is a lot of energy and a lot of excitement, are we thinking of adding the dancers to that equation, or are we thinking of going out and putting me in front of 3 dancers?
But no.
That makes me uncomfortable.
More bodies on the stage fills out the set. Sometimes when you're solo in front of a band, everything looks really huge. You know, we're going through the expense of doing a band. The choreography also adds production value. It's just about putting more for the audience that's entertainment.
You know, they're open to our ideas and we're open to listen to them and find some sort of happy medium in every situation.
Being away from family and home and school and everything like that, do you really have the abandonment issues because you're out there by yourself, or are you cool with it?
See, I like to have people around me, but I'm also really okay with being alone. I like to have my personal time and being on the road. This is my best friend, by the way. She's in the studio with
What's
me.
her name?
Nini.
Hi, Nini. You got the BFF in the studio.
Hey, Mimi.
Nini.
Hey, Nini. How you doing?
I'm great.
You got the cute little thing going. We'll talk later.
Charlena is my best friend, and she prefers to be called Nini. We've known each other since we were like 7 or 8, so basically half our lives.
What's the thing the best friend knows about JoJo that the world doesn't know?
I can't tell you because then you're going to ask me.
There you go. I mean, she's just really easy to get along with and just an extremely great person, just extremely kind-hearted. Like, was raised extremely well because I don't know, a lot of females aren't as mature at such a younger age and aren't as kind-hearted. A lot of females are catty, and she's not like that at all. The complete opposite. She's my other half.
We were inseparable, and she moved to Florida about 2 years ago, but we still stay in touch, wrote letters every day, everything like that. So she's just so special to me, so important. I really don't know what I would do without her, to be completely honest.
That's wonderful.